I guarantee you're playing the oboe wrong. Hey guys, welcome back to Zeke's Oboe. So recently I've been getting quite a few comments on how to improve your tone and how do you get a better sound on the oboe. So I'm going to be talking about 3 ways that I've developed that are going to improve your tone instantaneously. And I can guarantee you're doing one of these 3 things wrong, which is why your tone may be suffering in a certain area. So make sure you watch the video all the way through, like it, comment, share, and let me know your thoughts. Alright, let's jump right into this video. So the first step you can do is to improve your posture. So ideally, perfect posture gives you the maximum air and breath support that you can get, as well as remove any tension in your body. As soon as you add tension to your body, your sound becomes stiff and sometimes nasally, if that makes sense. For instance, if I add tension here, notice how my voice feels more strained. It's not as natural. In the same way we play instrument. When you add tension, you take away from the natural sound the instrument should make. So to give you an example, I'm going to play my instrument and I'm going to play with my head forward like this. And some of you guys may not even realize this while you're playing the oboe. You're either pushing your head too forward, or you're slumping, or you're not aligning your body in the way it should be. But I'm going to give you a demonstration just to show you how fast this works. Alright? So this is with tension, bad posture. Alright, so now good posture. Did you hear the difference? So now that you know posture makes a huge difference when you play your instrument, I'm going to teach you how to do it properly while you're sitting down. So the first thing you want to do is you want to have your feet planted shoulder width apart. Now the reason you do this while you're sitting on a chair is so that you can stabilize your body. This is the most natural formation for your body to get the best support from your legs, waist, and diaphragm. Once you do that, you're going to want to roll your shoulders back and lower them. And then you're going to want to imagine a string pulling at the top of your head, or like a hair. It's pushing you up, but you're also allowing gravity to bring you down. So it's like that weird push and pull feel. And you're going to have your neck stretch out naturally. Don't try to force this. You're just imagining something's pulling you like one hair on your head. It's raising you. And then you should have your head aligned with your spine, basically. Your head, neck, and shoulders should all be aligned. And I'm going to turn to show you kind of what that looks like. Hopefully that's a good angle. Alright, so this is ideally what you want for good posture. And when you're standing up, it's basically the same thing, except your feet are now an extension of what's aligned. So instead of being bent when you're sitting down, it's just continuing. So it should be one straight process. And if you do have good posture, you should also notice a change in your voice. You should have a more relaxed voice and sound. You should have more resonance. That is the key to perfect posture, is it allows more resonance to go through the instrument, and you no longer have that strain or tight sound on an instrument like the oboe. So I'll play just a quick excerpt of something. Alright, so now that you know how to have perfect posture, the next step is to have a good breath. So when we talk about good breath, you're wanting to breathe from this area right here. So we call that the diaphragm. If you heard about the diaphragm, you know you use the diaphragm for vibrato. You're pushing it up and down to create that nice glistening sound, more resonance. Once you learn how to breathe here, you're going to improve your sound even more. So there's a couple ways to think about it. A lot of times when you're breathing and you first start off playing the oboe, you breathe in your chest. So when you go, you're like
up here, and this also affects how much air and control you can have. Because right here, this is me talking with my chest voice, and I'm running out of air pretty quickly.
So I want to breathe from right around here. And how we do that is by taking deeper breaths. Imagine you have like a straw in your belly button and you're like sucking up air through there. So you're trying to fill up this little area right here. And then you can release it. And actually, if you know you have lungs up here, but you also have back lungs down here, you're trying to fill up the back lungs. And you should feel it back here too. That's how you know you're taking a big breath, is when you can feel it in the back. And that is good breath posture. So the best way I can describe it is like you're breathing through your belly button, because this is the general area you want. It's not ideal, but that's the best way I can describe it for anyone trying to learn this. So you want a nice deep breath around here, and when you can do that, you'll not only be able to play longer, but you'll have more control of the sound. I'll give you a demonstration of bad air. So I'm going to use chest air and then your diaphragm air. So this is chest. Did you hear the difference? So not only when you have good posture, but you have a good breath, you're going to have an amazing sound. And this sound is just from changing two things, you can already improve your tone dramatically. The next thing is going to take more time to develop, but it is worth learning. So now that you know that posture and a good breath contribute to about half of your tone, the other half comes from your embouchure. So when it comes to embouchure, there are so many different methods and techniques for playing with your instrument and reed. And I'm not going to get into depth with all that because I know every teacher has their own playing style. I'm going to say adopt the principles of what is a good embouchure. So the first principle I want you guys to adopt is getting focused air. So how do we do that? So ideally what you want is the air to just come from the bottom of your diaphragm and just come all the way up and then go out. So to give you a demonstration, I want you to just blow through your reed. I want you to notice any tension or anywhere your air is going. Like, where do you feel you get your air in the reed? Is it at the top, through the middle, at the bottom? Where's your air coming from? Because if you're pushing down here, you're biting. If you're pushing on your cheeks, you're creating tension around here. So what you want to do is you want to remove all that tension. And you're going to just want the air almost like it's very circular, easy in, easy out. No stops or hesitations. Like I said before, we want a good breath and good posture to remove all tension. But you're automatically going to add tension up here because it's just natural for your body to create tension with a foreign substance. And even though you play this for hours and hours, it's always going to feel unnatural to put it in your mouth and create a lot of air through this tiny reed that's very resistant. All right? So when you put in the reed, you're trying to direct your air to go straight through the instrument. And you should feel your instrument shake a little, if that makes sense. Like, the sound should be vibrating in the instrument. And that's how you know you're pushing it all the way through, is when you can feel it as you play it. So that is a good focused air you want. Now, the second thing you want to do is create this resonance box in your mouth. So what do I mean by that? As the air is going up your throat and straight through the reed to get a nice focused sound, which is what you want, The longer and wider your mouth is, the more the air resonates against the container that it would be in, your mouth. So for example, it's resonating against everything, and you're just focusing the air to go through the reed like that. But if you make it bigger by dropping your jaw, keeping it relaxed, lowering it, you have more space for it to resonate on. And the more it resonates and focused, so it resonates longer, and then it goes through a focused tunnel, creating even more resonant sound. So there you have it, guys. I hope you learned a lot, and I'm gonna end the video with a before good posture and technique and breath, and an after, so that you can hear the difference in how fast and immediately it improves your tone. And I want you to do the same thing. When you play your instrument, I want you to record before you do anything to change it, and then after, and you'll be shocked at the results. So with that being said, here's the clip, and I hope you guys enjoyed. You want to play this like you were born to play oboe, like this is part of your life. Wooden box that was carved out of a tree, who knows, 15, 20 years ago, into a lovable body part. I don't know. Who knows?